Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Can you hear me okay? Excellent. I hope you're all doing well in the strange pandemic times. Yes, as you can imagine, it's all very busy over here at Unknown Worlds. We're all getting ready for release, so trying to get Below Zero ready on many different platforms, releasing all on the same day. Terraria Master 9, I'm glad you like my accent. Thank you very much. It's not as good as Donya's, who's also with me today. Hi, Donya.
Hello. I'm here again. Apparently we're like a package deal now.
Yes, but you have more of an echo than I do.
Yeah, the unfortunate side effect of living in a house that doesn't have a lot of furniture in it right now.
And yes, Tennille, cool guy, yes, this is now Abraxas Prime. Just be careful. We're just getting ready to go stream some Below Zero today. Hope you all enjoy it. It's mostly going to be streaming Below Zero, question and answers. Looks like we have a question in chat, Don. Do you want to grab that already?
So Makeshift 227, when is the release for Subnautica on the Switch? The same time as the release for Below Zero, so May 14th. It'll be coming the same day across all platforms, Below Zero and Subnautica.
So we are going to be streaming Below Zero today. So if you are trying to remain spoiler free, I would suggest you actually don't watch the stream, because we are going to be playing probably for an hour or just less, but we will be playing through the story mode. So I would suggest you, well, should we play through story mode? I think we should, because it'll show off the intro. So if you don't want to be spoiled at all, and you want to enjoy the experience on May 14th this year, I would suggest don't watch the stream. But if you are interested, we can have some fun. And we are not going to stream the ending today. The ending to the game comes out May 14th. Alright, looks like we're starting to get a few people show up. Thank you very much for showing up, everyone. Do appreciate it. This is going to be a very relaxed stream where Donya and I are going to hang out and answer your questions about Below Zero and the Subnautica franchise. I'm actually seriously looking forward to seeing Below Zero running on all the new platforms like Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X. But Switch has a little place in my heart because you can take the game anywhere. Hey, welcome everyone joining.
Hello, welcome.
So for those of you who may not know who we are, I am Abraxas, otherwise known as Scott. And I am an animator and kind of a generalist at the studio. I do a bunch of different things.
And I'm Donya. I'm the community manager. So if you hang around in the Discord or on the forums or on social media or anywhere, it's usually me that you're talking to.
And it's usually you who bans people.
No. We have a very lovely mod team that also do the heavy lifting on the actual moderation part.
All right. I think we've got a fair number of people in here, so I'll guess we'll get started. So I'm going to throw us into my intro, and we'll go from there.
Now on Channel 4, the Abraxas stream.
Right, so we had a problem with the last stream that we did, where we didn't have any game audio coming through. So I would really like to know from people, because I've done some tests, and technically it should be working, but it may not be. So if you can't hear the main menu audio, please let me know. You can hear the game audio? Excellent. Because I changed literally nothing from the last time that we did it, where it didn't work. So that's hilarious. Brilliant. I love technical problems, which are no longer a problem for no reason.
It's always fun when like it's just a random fluke thing where it's like, oh, I'm just not going to work today, and you're just going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, so I noticed a few people asking, will there be spoilers? We are going to be playing through the game for the first hour. So if you've heard or watched anything around the first hour of the game, then you may be spoiled for the first hour of the game. The game is way longer than 1 hour. So please bear that in mind if you decide to watch today's stream. And with that, let's play some Below Zero.
Yeah, and while you're starting up, I will just log a couple of questions so that we can get to them after the intro is played.
Thank you for the follow, Nina Delta. And is that Terriif? Hello. Gooms, thank you for following.
This is the farthest that I can take you on company space bucks, Robin. You sure you want this? The research is in everything.
It is to me. And Sam. I need to know what happened.
The meteor storm.
I can use it for cover from Altera's eyes.
Gonna miss you, Robin.
I'll find my way back.
Approaching 46 feet. Surface temperatures. Drop pod deployed.
Here we are.
46 feet. Enjoy your stay.
Once again on 4x46B.
So I just want to grab this question by Terraria Master 9 really quickly. which is about potentially adding some stuff from Below Zero into Subnautica. We're still in discussions about stuff there. There's maybe some like quality of life improvements, especially around accessibility features that we've added that we are definitely thinking of porting back to Subnautica. So there are some things that, yes, we are like very much on board of like bringing back, but again, it's ongoing discussions. Our focus right now is
Holy smokes.
getting Below Zero out,
Not to go
and
as
then
planned.
obviously
I should
just
find a way to
monitoring
water
it
gets into
after it
dry blood.
launches, any like patches or updates that we need to do. But we do have a plan to support both games, so Subnautica and Below Zero long term. So.
Gotta find my pod, but yes, here we are. 4546B once more. Please feel free to ask questions in the chat, and Donya will either answer them or throw them towards me.
I think I might throw this one to you, actually, now that you said that. So Siphon Mess has said, are there any cut creatures from both games you wish you got in? Because I look at concept art, and there are so many creatures that didn't even make it out of the concept phase.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people on the team who have an affection for the Ice Dragon, who would really like to have that in the game, and it managed to get through a fair bit of the production. So it got, animated. I don't think it got animated. It got modeled, textured, and it was about to go to the animation phase before it got cut. So I think we would really like to look at that as a potential in the future. No guarantees, but, there's potential there. But that's one that I'm personally very fond of. I'd like to get this
New creature
artificial.
discovered. New blueprint synthesized.
Oh, and people are asking if this is Switch again. Yeah, we did it again. We're running on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you can tell that it's running really well. Just like when we showed the original game. Yeah, I have to say that, we've worked with partners Shiny Shoe and Unity, and they've done just a fantastic job of working on the game and working with us. It's been a brilliant relationship. And I think players are going to absolutely freak out just at how well the game runs on the Switch.
Well, Sam, I guess I might as well gather some tools and resources before starting my search.
Especially with a controller. I'm normally a mouse and keyboard person, but when the needs be, I will use mouse and keyboard. Use a controller.
So Seagully Suit has asked, will the 1.0 release of Below Zero be released when the game goes on other platforms? And will the 1.0 release have the completed story? Yes, 1.0 release is going to be simultaneous across all platforms. So it's going to go live on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC at the same time. And that will be on May 14th. And basically, it will have the full story. It will be the fully playable, complete game, including the ending. So you'll be able to play it fully, start to finish, on May 14th when it releases on every platform.
As you can see, it's running really well. And the graphics, for the Switch I think are excellent. You've got the full audio.
I was a little nervous about dropping into an unknown area.
But there's been a lot of work that's gone into Switch. Because I think our big thing was that we really wanted, if we were bringing it to Switch, we really wanted to do it well. So we hope that you're really happy with the experience of it on Switch, because the team's put a ton of work into it and making it like just as good as an experience as it would be if you were playing on PC or other consoles.
Yeah, I'm obviously biased, as we all are at the Unknown Worlds, but we think that you could play this game on any platform, especially Switch, and just get lost in the game. There's it runs really well. It looks really good, and we've been very happy with how development has gone, especially on the Switch.
Oxygen.
It's rather fantastic. I'm kind of blown away that because for the longest time we actually. Oh, I'm drowning. Oops. I haven't got the audio pumped through to my headphones, so did I die? I probably did. Oops. Oh well. Brilliant. First death of the day. Yeah, rip. Rip me.
Oh dear. We're off to a great start, clearly.
It's fine. People didn't notice, right? They're not going to judge me on my gamer cred.
So Tycho the Pug asked, has there been any discussions or plans made for possible additional content for Below Zero, or have we decided on only supporting it with bug fixes? It's an ongoing discussion. At the moment, we are very much focused on bug fixes and making sure that the game runs as well and plays as well as it possibly can, the way that we intended it to, and then anything else after that is an ongoing discussion. So I don't think we've got anything concrete decided. For now, it's bug fixes that we can say yes, 100%.
Gotta find my resources. Get a bigger oxygen tank.
And then I saw, where did that question go? That asked if this is still on the same planet. I lost it in the chat, but yes, this is the same planet as Subnautica.
Yeah, so Below Zero is set 1 year after the Below Zero is set 1 year after the original Subnautica, and you are playing Robin, the character of Robin. And yes, it is the same planet. You as the player have returned, but not the same character. Riley is off doing Riley things. Payback is dead.
Rune044 has said, will you be able to buy the game separately on the Switch, or is only the bundle available? Yes, you will be able to buy the game separately on the Switch. When it comes to the eShop, you'll be able to buy individual digital versions of the games. The combined bundle is the physical edition, so on the cartridge, basically.
Go searching for stuff. I see we've got quite a few new people joining. Just to let people know, yes, this is Below Zero Q&A. If you've got any questions for us, please put them in the chat. And we're also playing it on the Switch. So this is actually a world first footage of live gameplay on the Nintendo Switch. Just for you guys who kind of know what's going on, and you're hanging out in Discord. You guys get the sneaky peek. And plus, we like to hear feedback as well, so the best thing you can do is be critical. That helps everyone. Just not critical of my playing. Terrible. Yeah.
I don't know. If you've been critical about Charlie and his gameplay and how he uses pipes, I think it's like open season, right? That means they can be as critical as they want about you.
I guess. I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. Chat, what's your opinion on pipes in the game? Do you use pipes? Do you like pipes? Should there be a future for pipes?
See? It's like a 50-50 split again.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Because people who like pipes really like pipes. They use them a lot. And I've noticed some use... Oh, I think there's lightning. I think some... Hello, little penguin. I'm getting distracted. Yeah, they use pipes to hold things in place. They use them to breathe. Got quite a lot of uses.
Question here saying how many people work at Unknown Worlds? Gosh, I'm trying to think of how many of us there are now. It's not a lot of us.
There's around 30, over 30 to heading towards 40, I think, in total-ish.
Yeah.
And then we've had Shiny Shoe guys who've come on board on top, which is about anywhere between 5 and 10, I think, to help out with Switch, and some people from Unity as well. Yeah, we even got the Aurora Borealis stuff in. Doesn't that look fantastic? Anyway, get distracted by pretty things. But did I get the thing I actually came here for? Good point. I got 2. Okay. Alright.
Jamie5005, with the game going free on PS Plus, will there be an update to allow it to run smoother on PS5?
I don't think we can actually say yet.
No, but like
generally into it.
Generally, Subnautica, we're continuing to support it. So we've always said that a lot of the optimization work that's gone into making both games run on Switch as well as it does will be coming to the other platforms as well. So while it's not ready to push just yet, because we still need to do a ton of testing on it, you know, that optimization work is only going to do great things for all platforms. So again, not that we have anything like about PS5 specific, but generally we've done a ton of optimization work.
Chat, why didn't you tell me I was drowning? I blame chat.
Did you?
I know. That's the thing. I haven't got the game sound pumping through, so I can't actually hear anything. Because you got so this is different from last time. Last time I could hear the sound, but chat couldn't hear it. But this time chat can hear it, but I can't hear the sound. So the joys of live streaming. I'm not a professional live streamer, so you know, I'll figure it out eventually.
I don't know. You'd think you were a professional or something, right?
Well, live streamer, maybe not.
No. Unbelievable.
Don't judge me.
I mean, I'll judge you as much as I want. Like, I just think about how much you roast Charlie whenever.
Did I just lose? I just lost my Creepvine sea clusters that I went all the way over there for. Terrible. Anyway. Yeah, I hope you guys can see how well the game's running, because you know, when you got it in the palm of your hand on the Switch, it's absolutely incredible. Because for the longest time, we didn't think it was actually going to be possible. You know, we seriously thought, well, there's no way we can get Subnautica and Below Zero running on Switch, and then, you know, after a while, got these geniuses who work at Shiny Shoe, Unity, and ourselves, and you're just like, wow, what a great job they've done.
Makeshift 227 has said, how much will Subnautica and Below Zero be on the Switch? Will it be the same as most other consoles? Do you want me to take that one, or do you want to take that one?
I'm trying desperately to collect these seed crystals. I must not be distracted.
And not drown? Okay, I'll take this one then. Yeah, so Subnautica and Below Zero on the Switch individually from the eShop will be $29.99 for each one. If you buy the bundle physical edition, it's $59.99, and you get both games on the same cartridge. That is the individual price. The $29.99 is, that's dollars, by the way, for US dollars, will be the same on every single platform. We're not doing a disparity of pricing between platforms. It will be the same on PC and console. So wherever you buy it from, it will be exactly the same.
I don't believe we use any Unity dots. It's band 1 DOS. DOS.
Let's see. There's one here. Where did it go? What do we think of modders, Obby?
Actually, we kind of love modders because not many people are completely aware, but Unknown Worlds as a studio started from modding the game Half-Life 1, which made a game called Natural Selection. Well, it was a mod called Natural Selection, and at the time, it was one of the big 3 mods, like with Counter-Strike and Team Fortress, the originals. And then there was Natural Selection. And out of that, born the studio of Unknown Worlds to make Natural Selection 2. And then after that, we went on to make Subnautica. So we and Natural Selection 2 is also a game that's completely built from the ground up to be modded. So we've got modding in our vein, so we absolutely love modders, and we're gonna, do our best to encourage them to make mods and try and help them out going forward as much as possible, because mods give longevity to games, and I think we all agree on that. And it's been great to see what the modding community has been doing. Like, I saw the giant gargantuan Leviathan mod the other day. The Nitrox mod has been doing amazing work. So yeah, very impressed.
I love Tuna's roasting me for my mic. So here's a little thing about why my mic quality is as bad as it is right now. So I just moved house into my first house. I'm actually using the microphone in my webcam, my Logitech webcam right now, because I have no office. I'm literally working from the dining table in my kitchen right now because I'm not set up, unfortunately. So I do have a better mic. I do have a Blue Yeti mic somewhere in a box that I need to unpack.
You still haven't got that unpacked.
No, but
all right, okay.
Yeah. Listen, I moved. I have like so many boxes still to go through. It's ridiculous.
It's okay. All right, we just judge you. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Judge me like we judge you for consistently dying from lack of oxygen.
Hey. Oh, speaking of which, thank you for the tip. Yes, I'm terrible. Let's carry on from that. Let's not speak of it again.
Mm-hmm.
Right, now, am I actually going to be able to make my tank now? What am I missing? Fiber mesh. Yes, I went to get my knife so I could get fiber mesh. Okay. Alright, what have I actually got? Not what I need. Brilliant. Okay, I have a mission. Mission for fiber mesh.
Cyphermess has asked, from our knowledge, have any of the devs in the team actually got scared by the creatures in the game, whether it's been during testing or through just generally playing?
That might be a good one for you, Don, because you joined the team as after a year after Below Zero was early access. That might, because you've played a lot since then, so have you got scared by anything?
Yes, all the time. But like, I'm a weenie as well. Like, I'm the biggest weenie in the universe. I can't like do horror games or horror movies or anything. But yes, I have got scared multiple times playing the game. I'm pretty sure that while I was playing some of Below Zero, because the first week I was at the company, I stayed with Obby at his house and was set up at his house playing it, and I'm pretty sure at one point I screeched.
I do believe you did.
Yeah, so, you are not alone. None of you are alone.
I will say, playing in VR, the original game, that, when you get grabbed by a Reaper Leviathan, that really was quite a scary thing, because it's literally in your face. That was pretty scary.
Oxygen.
Right. I think I may have enough now. Maybe. Let's go try.
Any updates on the eShop? With all of the digital storefronts, it's just a matter of waiting for everything to get approved and put on the shop. So we're just in the process of waiting for that. We don't have any specifics on when that's going to happen. We don't find out exactly when until it's much closer. But as soon as we know, I'm pretty sure it's live on the Xbox One now.
I believe there are some pre-orders open. I'm not exactly sure which one. I know that Amazon and your physical retailers have got pre-orders open. I'm not sure about digital.
Yeah, so digital, it'll be a slow rollout whenever each platform basically approves it for the digital store, and yeah.
I completely forgot about the pinning feature. So those of you who have not played Below Zero before, we have a pinning feature where you can pin recipes in the top corner, which is brilliant. I can keep an eye on what I actually need rather than trying to figure it out in my head. So I definitely need battery. Ah, ribbon plants, yes. So now the hunt for ribbon plants begins, and they usually hide out in caves and things around the starting area. Thank you for following, everyone. Trying desperately read everything, but I also don't want to drown. I got myself an oxygen tank now, so I'm doing much better. Oh, I think there's some plants in here. There we go.
Ribbon plants contain electrolytic materials that can be used in energy storage.
How many Unknown Worlds employees scuba dive?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I know that Charlie does. I think a few of the other people do. But I'm not exactly sure how many, but there are a few who have scuba dived.
Yeah, I will put my hands up and say it's something that I'm very, very interested in doing. However, little fact about me, I only just started to learn to swim right before the pandemic, so I can't swim, and I haven't been able to continue going to my lessons either. But once I feel like I'm a bit of a stronger swimmer, it's definitely something I'm really interested in doing. But yeah, there we go. There are also some non-swimmers on the Unknown World team.
That's I didn't actually know that.
So when it came time to do swimming lessons at school, when they did them as part of your whole thing, the swimming pool that was affiliated with our school burnt down.
Oh.
So I never got to learn as part of
Well, that's ironic,
school.
isn't it?
Yeah.
The swimming pool burned down.
Yeah, so the building caught on fire and burned down, so I never got to learn. It's just, the whole situation just sounds so ridiculous as retelling the story, but yeah.
And just for the people who are joining in late, welcome everyone. We're playing a bit of Below Zero on the Nintendo Switch. This is a bit of an exclusive for all you people who joined the Discord and other people who are joining via my link.
Yep.
So just showing how well it's running and how you can get the full Below Zero experience. You're not missing out on everything just by buying it on Switch. You're getting a fantastic experience. But I will freeze if I don't go back in the go.
Here's one. Is it correct that we watched YouTubers such as Jacksepticeye in the early days of Subnautica to catch wind of bugs and issues, as well as to get feedback on the game at the time?
Oh yeah. We watch live streamers and YouTubers all the time, throughout the studio. We're very interested in what people think of the game. Yeah, in the early days of Subnautica, we would do that to get feedback. We would watch Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, we'd watch Aki, we'd watch Awesome Crunch, and a bunch of the other kind of Subnautica YouTubers, but also we'd just jump on Twitch and start watching people. For instance, I've got on my tweet deck a constant Subnautica search, and when I see people go live playing Below Zero, then I'll often just join up and watch them play, take some feedback, sometimes introduce myself, sometimes not. It really depends on the situation. But yeah, it's really important that we support small streamers as they're growing. So a lot of us watch smaller streamers because they quite often give very good information on what they're liking, what they're disliking, especially if you don't introduce yourself as a dev at first. You'll get some really honest feedback, and that's the best thing, right? Oh, no, go away, go away.
Yeah, so one of the things that I end up doing a lot is, similarly, we'll just throw Twitch streams on in the background, and just have them on and playing and make notes while I'm doing other tasks. So if you stream Subnautica and I've been on the Twitch page just scrolling through looking for a stream, I may have just quietly sat in on a stream. You never know. I know I've jumped in on Tuna streams a couple of times.
It's surprising at how many of us just sit with people's live streams on in the background whilst we work. So if you do stream any of our games, you never know, there might be a Subnautica dev like watching you play without you knowing.
Yeah.
Actually scan the... I've got to scan everything. See, I love scanning. Right, so current task is I'm trying to get the Sea Glide and all the fragments. I think there's one near my drop pod.
Makeshift 227 has said, how are you recording on the Switch? Are you using a computer to help, or are you using a certain device?
So I have my Switch test kit currently docked in a regular Switch dock, and its HDMI is plugged into a HD60S Elgato. And then that just runs into OBS. I'm currently using Streamlabs OBS, but I know it doesn't get as many updates as regular OBS. But it all seems to work pretty well.
Oxygen.
I think I need oxygen. There we go. There's the weather. I thought I saw... Chat, if you see any fragments for me to scan, please shout them out.
Obby's like, please backseat game.
Yeah, please backseat game me.
Please backseat game. I don't know when to breathe.
I'm actually pretty heavily reliant on the audio cues for that. Like, oxygen. When I don't have them. Oh, there it is. Yay! Sea Glide.
Oh, this one's fun. Besides visual effects, does weather play a role in the game in terms of survival?
Yes, you can actually freeze to death and get hypothermia if you spend too much time on the surface unprotected. So you can make yourself a suit that will help with that. You can stand by some special plants that give off heat, or you can eat some special heat fruit that will keep you warm for a little while. There's a diverse method for keeping warm, but it is a game mechanic that you need to keep an eye on. It's a little bit like oxygen on the surface, but not quite. It's a little bit more forgiving, I think.
Yeah. And in terms of weather, especially when it's snowing, you will also get whiteouts. So when the storm gets really, really bad, that makes it much more difficult to see and navigate. So it's very important to keep an eye on like when the snow is getting thicker, because that usually is when it starts building up to a whiteout. So there are ways, like you can place beacons on the surface as well in order to be able to help you navigate, but you really have to be mindful of stuff like that, otherwise you'll find it more difficult to find your way around on the surface, which then again will make you more susceptible to dying from hypothermia.
I think I need more ribbon plant. Go on the hunt once more. Really make a flashlight, I guess. Been down that cave. Might be some over here. Yeah, we got bioluminescence still, just like in the first Subnautica. It's looking really cool.
Is that Pietsu 99? Is there any real order to play the story?
We've tried to make the game in a way that you don't need to do it in a specific order. Because I think that allows people to play the game how they want to play it. There are some moments in the game, like cinematic moment-y type things, but you don't need to do them in a specific order. Usually, you can do them out of any preferred order as much as you want, and it should all just kind of work out. And but if you do certain things in the game, it may slightly affect the ending.
Oxygen.
That's going to be interesting to see if people notice that.
This one, how did you come up with the name Abraxas?
That's a bit of a long story. I think I was actually a teenager, and I was watching TV, and I think I was watching Star Trek Voyager or something like that, and then I flicked over to another channel, and Babylon 5 was on, and they both said the word Abraxas as like a password or something at like the same time, and it was kind of freaky, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I immediately hopped on a computer on dial-up internet at the time. Thank you for stealing my...
Some of the wildlife down here is
Thank
very
you very much.
grabby.
Swim away. And yeah, I hopped on and grabbed the .com, and that's basically it. Stole it back. That is the story of me. What's the story of Abraxas Prime? We'll have to wait for another day.
So Saucy Dragon 899 has asked, so with Below Zero, a lot of cut content from Subnautica was reused to make this. What cut content is there from this game, and can we expect to see it in future projects?
So there was some cut content in this game, but it was a little bit different this time around, because when you say cut content, it doesn't exactly mean the same thing. So to me, cut content is something that was implemented in the game and then taken away completely, and we actually don't have a lot of that. What a lot of people seem to think cut content is like you do a piece of concept art and then you never make it. And a lot of people say that that's cut content. It's not actually cut content. It's at that time you're exploring ideas. Because we've done a huge amount of exploring of ideas of fish, leviathans that will none of them were ever going to make it. You're just exploring ideas. So I think with Below Zero, the biggest cut content I think was the Ice Dragon, and I could barely say that because it managed to make its way through the art pipeline. So and it was more of a case of, is it going to fit in the world? Is it going to help tell the story? Is it going to do what, you know, really fill it? And we had to ask ourselves some really hard questions because a lot of us really liked it, and in the end it was like, no, it doesn't quite fit. And that's the thing with early access. You've got to be willing to face the greater good and cut things that are maybe not quite working, but by taking it away makes the game better. I do like that, those colors. Yeah.
It's interesting because our development is so open. You basically see us at every stage of development, essentially. So even when we're just throwing ideas around and we're not actually entirely sure of the direction we're going, when you're playing in early access with us, you're basically playing along as we're figuring that stuff out. And it's definitely not a process that's right for everyone, because it can be like really confusing, because if you've been playing along since the very, very early days of Below Zero, like, you know that we completely changed the story.
Saved. Don't. You didn't see anything. I saved. You didn't see it. Carry on.
Yes. So you basically see us as we're trying to out. So yeah, it's just so the idea again of concept is, as Obby said, you know, we're just trying things out, and we're in like the concepting stage. So
transmission of unknown origin.
Yeah.
Source of transmission depth calculated at approximately 200 meters.
All right. Found the shark. I'm going to go back to the plant. The plant saved me. I love this plant.
Oh, we got one. Are there any plans for a third game?
I think we've said that we would like to make another Subnautica game, just not yet. I think the team are going to take a little bit of a break. We have other projects that are going on at the studio, but I think we would definitely like to explore more Subnautica. What that is, we don't really have anything to talk about there yet.
Yeah, I think our priority once Below Zero is released is to continue supporting that and Subnautica for a bit. So we'll have people who are like looking at that at the studio, and you know, continuing to look at bug fixes and any other updates that we want to like make. So it's that never say never thing, right? You know, we all love the Subnautica world a lot, but again, we have other projects that we're working on, and like, we just don't know when that might be. So we have nothing like concrete to say about like a third game.
Everyone wants my tools. Knowing me, I might actually need this med pack.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I know. Thank you for warning.
I just think it's funny that you keep almost drowning or drowning.
Not my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brine Wing. These guys are cool. I really like the Brine Wing. Oh. Little guys I can meet because I'm too near the Titan Holefish. They protect the Titan Holefish in a symbiotic relationship. Nightwing. I think these guys are cool. See, they freeze their food and then they go and eat them. Really, really cool.
What is your favorite thing about Subnautica or Below Zero?
Just Zero, I think you're cutting out a little bit. Subnautica, my favorite thing about Subnautica, I think just the world, the environment that you can explore on your own time, and you can play the game however you want. I really like that. And with Below Zero, I think my favorite thing is how the world ties into the lore, and how a certain character in the game, well, certain two characters in the game, interact with the player. I'm trying not to give too many spoilers in case people want to play a little bit blind, but yeah, I really enjoy that. And I hope people do too. I got to animate a little bit of that. Not a lot, but a little bit. What about you, Dom? What's your favorite thing?
Favorite thing? I mean, I really love, like you said, the non-linear exploratory thing with, like, you're not forced
Vital signs
to do things in a specific order, that you just can explore and experience things at your own leisure. Like, this game can take you as long or as little as you want it to, really. And, you know, you see that from people who attempt to speedrun it, which is incredible. But, like, you can basically tailor the experience to how you like to play. And I think that's one of my favorite things, essentially about both games. But the other thing about Below Zero that I really like is the, let's see, I'm gonna be cheesy, the community aspect. So, you know, the Spy Penguin, for example, was pitched to us by the community to add it into the game, and it then became a much bigger part of the game. And I think that's really cool. And then we have a lot of stuff like posters and artwork and other little touches around the world of Below Zero that were created by members of the community. Without giving any spoilers for it, there's a new version of the Keep Calm kitty that was actually designed and drawn by a member of the community. And we loved it so much we reached out to them and arranged to bring it into the game to make it part of the game canon. So yeah, I love being able to include the fans in the game, basically.
Yeah, that was really nice. And we have certain music tracks in the game that are part of the jukebox, which is one of the new. Gonna get eaten. Some music tracks which is made by fans. Maybe inventory. It's not full. Yeah, we have some music tracks made by fans, and we've got a bunch of those. Oh, I died. Oh. I should have run away, but I didn't.
Oh well.
F's in chat, please. Thank you. I appreciate the F's.
The soundtrack will be released. Ben Prunty is the one who did the soundtrack for Below Zero, so please keep an eye on his social media. He will be looking after the release of that, and he does like little updates of it. But once we got more information from him about when that's coming, we'll let everyone know. But Ben is the one that's looking after everything to do with the soundtrack. No, of course.
Why did I just do that? I'm not. I'm not doing well today in terms of gameplay. It's fine. It's fine. You won't judge me, chat, will you? Yeah, you won't judge. Bomb will judge in chat, but chat won't judge.
I love that you were getting, yeah, Lego Ship has said it, you're getting a shock and you're just like, is my inventory full?
Just as a reminder, players, I can't actually hear anything. You are able to hear everything. It's a wonderful technical problem that I have on my streaming end. It's not with the game. Whereas last time, we had the opposite problem. But just as a quick reminder, as people do continually join in, we are playing the game today on Switch. This is running on a regular Nintendo Switch, essentially. And this is exactly how it's going to be when you get to play it. Although this is a slightly, like, almost finished but not quite finished version. It's pretty close. We'll just go back to full screen. Actually, Don, that might be something that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Accessibility stuff?
Yeah, so at the moment, in terms of, like, subtitles, we only have it right now for, obviously, spoken dialogue or anything that's, like, story-specific or story-critical or game-critical. But we've actually been talking about closed captions. It's not going to make it for the 1.0 release, but it is something that we have talked about adding. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that in a future update to the game. But we have added like a ton of new accessibility features. I'm trying to think of like everything that we've added. So
I'm just showing off the highlighting feature. You
Yes.
can highlight interactable objects, and you can choose the color that you want them interacted with as well. So that could help people if they have like bad eyesight or anything like that.
Yeah. We've improved the control remapping, so that's for when you're on PC, that's for keyboard or controllers, and I think we've also
I'm showing it on stream now. You can actually completely remap all of your controller controls, as well as auto move, which was a big request from a lot of people. You can set like the player to be auto moving to a controller, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, which will help like a lot with people who have difficulties with like repetitive movements and stuff like that. The glow around objects is not for it is off as default. You have to turn it on. So basically, you need to go into the menu and turn it on, but it is off as default. Also, stuff like the PDA, we've now got an option that when you open the PDA, it pauses the game.
I'll go up to a fish and show it off. I've just turned it on now.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going up to this fish. No, you can't see the fish. There we go. They see, fishy has paused because the game has paused, but you can still do your PDA stuff. This is off by default, but if you want it, it's there.
Yeah.
It might actually be beneficial for me so I don't drown.
And then I'm trying to think, obviously stuff like we have lightning flashes in the game or repetitive light motion. So we have an option to turn that off if you are photosensitive. So it won't do any repetitive light sequences, and it won't give you lightning flashes. And we've also added like a ton of other stuff, like being able to adjust the brightness, and other stuff like that. Oh, the UI scaling option. You can scale the UI up and down as well. Yeah, if you need everything to be bigger, you can make it bigger, which will help with people potentially who need some of the text to be bigger, some of the icons to be bigger, that sort of stuff. But again, it's all fully customizable to how you prefer to play. A lot of it is off by default, so you just can go into options and tailor it all to how you prefer it. We've done a ton of work on accessibility to make the game, again, like, as is in the word, more accessible to more people. And it's something that we felt really strongly about doing.
Okay, everyone, we're gonna start wrapping up soon, so if you have any final questions or thoughts on anything, that would be appreciated. For instance, how do you think the game's been running on Switch? We've been literally showing it live, so what do you think? I'm not getting lost as well. And for any of you who are YouTubers, please feel free to share parts of this live stream if you want. You don't have to ask permission, just go right ahead and do it.
Yep.
And enjoy. And you can also monetize, we're not going to claim it back or anything.
What is all this?
Oh, that's sweet from Polish that says,
I can help you better.
are we taking good care of each other? Game development during a pandemic is tough work. I hope we all support each other and find enough self-care. I think we're a pretty close-knit team, just generally. We do spend a lot of time taking care of each other. I think the big difference with us at Unknown Worlds is that we were already a largely remote team. So we didn't transition from being like in an office setting to then being isolated at home. We all, a large majority of us, worked remotely already. But I think we do definitely check in on each other a lot.
Yeah, definitely. It's we are a very close-knit team. We have very low turnover in terms of personnel and people. We've worked together for a very long time, a lot of us, and yeah, we are trying to take care of each other as much as we possibly can, and we hope you all are too, because you know it is a trying time, and you know, having something to focus on, like making Below Zero and all of our games, is a real blessing to us, I think, so that we can focus on that. And seeing people's reaction and how people are enjoying our games gives us that fuel to kind of finish the game and yeah, just enjoy it. But yeah, it's we are looking after ourselves. Thank you for asking. So, oh, thought we had a bug there. It's just a robot bug. Oh.
So said, how do you do the game selection on Switch? How is it going to work?
So I believe once you insert the cartridge, both games will come up on your Switch. I haven't actually tried that myself personally, but that's what I understand. I may be wrong in that, so please don't take that as 100%, but I believe it just appears both games.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting. How does everything work with the jukebox tracks and copyrights as a point of view of a content creator? I think anything that is in the game standard is fine to play as you're playing through, and you should not receive any copyright strikes. However, here's the caveat. If you are playing on PC and you use the PC version to import your own tracks in, it will depend entirely on what tracks you're importing in. So if you are importing in popular music of any kind, they will be subject to obviously copyright if you're playing on the PC version and you're importing your own tracks. So yeah. We have actually answered the question on will there be a third installment. Again, we have no specific plans on one yet, but we are always open to doing more within the Subnautica universe. But like, our focus right now is getting Below Zero launched, and then continuing to support Below Zero and Subnautica after launch. But, you know, we also have other projects within the studio that we're all working on or want to work on. So
How long have you
at the moment, it'll be Below Zero and Subnautica continued support, and then if we come back around to it, we'll come back around to it. But obviously, as soon as we're ready to tell you anything, we'll always let you know.
Yes, okay. Hurrying.
Okay, but we're gonna the last few questions now, and then we'll head off.
I feel like this is a loaded question asking what our favorite console is.
My favorite console is the one I'm currently playing, which is all of them. So I've tried playing the game on PS5, Switch, Xbox Series X, regular Xbox, regular PS4. On all of the consoles, you should get a good experience.
In terms of like the console that I play at the moment, it's probably the Switch, just because how easily accessible it is in terms of being able to just pick it up and put it down whenever I want, and I don't like have to be at my TV. I don't have to like sit down at anything. I can just like throw it in my bag and play it wherever I am. So I tend to like gravitate to my Switch more than I do to anything else. In terms of like my favorite console is the Dreamcast. Way back, I love the Dreamcast. I still have mine and I still play it a lot. So, but
I don't think we can get Subnautica running on the Dreamcast, I'm sorry.
no, I don't think so either. Or smart fridges.
Or smart fridges, before people ask.
No, it was already asked in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, one last question on ray tracing. We probably won't be bringing ray tracing to it in terms of RTX style ray tracing to the Subnautica games, because that would involve relighting the entire game. Because it uses different lights, different types of lights and stuff. So it's not quite. It's a big task, right? It's a big task, so we probably won't be doing that. I won't say never, but probably won't be doing it. But it is something we're very interested in for the future, like investigating ray tracing and RTX and stuff, future games. So yeah, things are going that way, so we got to look at it.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Being as the darkness is falling in the game, I want to say thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for this impromptu Subnautica Below Zero Switch edition. Thank you for seeing how the game is running. We think it's running fantastically, and we hope that you're all going to enjoy it when you play it on your Switches. And have a good evening.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone.
All right, everyone. Take care. Stay safe. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everyone.